People care about human-made art, so like, no one wants to see this fucking robot stuff. Vlog day 1, chronicling the founding formation of Romantical Inc., my enterprise girlfriend.
Hello. Having my seed water.
Sponsored by Seed Water. And Lucky. Lucky the dog. These are the characters. And they're both, you can find them on my background as well. Busy day here at the office, studio, apartment, all the above, as we are putting together Romantical Inc. What is Romantical Inc., you wonder? Romantical Inc. is my entertainment company that you are going to be coming on the journey to co-found with me. Today in Romantical fundraising, we have breakfast with my divorced parents, of which I'd force us to get a family breakfast.
For future historians, today is May 6, 2026, and we're standing on the corner of Nassau Avenue and Lorimer Street.
Hello, I'm the mother. Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
I'm Janie.
I'd force us to get a family breakfast once every 2 weeks in lieu of the fact that they got divorced, which is stupid, and you should never get divorced, unless of course there's serious reasons. Okay, yeah. So I keep it all on the calendar. Okay. So at first at 11 a.m. I have a sync with one of our Romantical advisors named Spencer. Spencer and I are going to hop on a Zoom. Spencer is an entrepreneur, has a really great company called Relay Payments. He's one of my first investors. He's also my key advisor on all things startup. And he's also one of my best friends. So we're going to do a check-in. We do weekly check-ins. We go over everything that's going on and the fundraise. And then I'm meeting with some people from a company called Fixated, which acquired a company called Studio 71. They saw, I think, the success of Busboys and are now interested in me and Romantical, which is great because that's what we want, to leverage Romantical partners. And then at 2 p.m., going to the city, I'm meeting with some executives in the Red Bull marketing team, and they're going to help us with one of our first brand events, and I'll talk about why that's really key towards the Romantical business model. And then I have a drinks, 4 p.m. with Morris. I'm not going to say his last name, but his first name is Morris, and he is a longtime financier, producer. We're going to a nice fancy place in a hotel. And then at 5:30, I have a meeting with an actress. Very, really great actress. I think I just say her name is Madeline Pesh. She does Riverdale and stuff. And I wrote a script that she might be interested in, which of course would go into the Romantical sphere. And she loved the script, which is awesome. It's always great to meet with an actor who loves your script. And then tonight, 7:30, my friend Jill has a screening of her movie, Influenced. You know, my dream is that we both become so busy and occupied and traveling because of making films, Romantical blows up and all that great stuff. But that a lot of directors will work with their spouse in a producerial component. And then Molly should become a producer.
And then I was asking, well, what is a producer? Like, what does a producer even do in terms of like a film set?
And I said to her that there's, you know, anyone can be a producer, and every single producer basically does different things for the most part. But that, in my opinion, the hardest part about producing is like being a good, kind, sociable person that you want to spend time with. And if you are that, which Molly is, because Molly's lovely and amazing, I love you. Then that's the hard part, and the easy part is like just learning the technical skill set. So, for those of you wondering like how to be a producer.
Just get a cute, good girlfriend.
Get a good girlfriend. Well, no, but basically, like, the idea is that producing can be a lot of different things. Sometimes you'll see a producer who came from line producing where they would do budgeting and scheduling, and then they kept working and just sort of claimed this title of producer. And then sometimes you see like executive producers, and those are like people that, you know, have the money, or they own the car that was used in the final scene, or they own the house that like Tom Cruise, you know, stays in or whatever, and they got an executive producer credit. But like the best producers, capital P producers, are ones that can do a little bit of everything. They can talk to the talent, they can understand how to work with agents and managers and lawyers, and they can go make a PA feel at home as much as they can go make the movie star feel at home. And they understand distribution and marketing and storytelling enough to be both very ingrained in the process, but also not too ingrained. I look at a guy like Jerry Bruckheimer. You could be Jerry Bruckheimer in that you are vibes and that you understand story. On our way to a Patreon mixer event for the Webbies. I've been invited. I don't know anybody, so I brought this girl.
I don't know anybody either.
Well, we are matching outfits. Let's see.
Down to the socks. Look at our socks.
Well, I am in all black.
And I'm in all black.
And Lucky has been left home alone, and we are wondering if she's going to poop, because she didn't poop when we left the house. So will she poop in her crate? Yeah, well, she gave her dinner.
And usually she'll poop right after dinner in bed.
She didn't do that.
So we'll see. I think she'll be okay though. I'm gonna bet she'll be.
Like we said, worst case, she poops in the crate, uses the poop as a key to escape the crate, hijacks a car, or takes a bus to Atlantic City, gambles away her life savings, and ends up in jail. And ours.
And then we have no money and
Yeah.
our dogs are
The best case is she wins money.
we quit our
We
jobs.
quit our jobs,
we
we move to Orlando, and become Disney influencers. Dreams come true.
Words of wisdom to the fans. Honestly, never be afraid to reach out to somebody, because I was making TikToks in like 2021, 2022, and there were a few people in the film talk scene, and I saw Jonah's content, and I reached out because he was at he went to USC. I was at USC. 2013. There was Fight On, and I was like, dude, here, like, I'm at the end of my film school journey. Like, I was kind of freaking out. Jonah was like, dude, you're good. You're good. Still, literally, more or less, we had the same conversation today. I was freaking out. He's like, dude.
He's prolific.
You're
Wait, you really are.
Thank you, man.
You're a generational talent, man. Don't forget that.
Dude.
I'm actually being serious. Come on. Don't forget that. So everything you do.
About to catch me crying.
Romantical.
Nobody, there is only one of you. There is only one of me. There's only one Jonah. And all of us are uniquely made. And there are things that Jonah can do that I can't do. And so think about all of the things that you are uniquely good at. Jonah loves romance. He loves the rom-com as a form, as a culture, as a cultural staple. And so honing in on that, finding every lane. If there's anyone to build Romantical, it's Jonah.
All right, and we're back. We just hit the Patreon party at the Webbies. Gotta say, ran into some incredible people, some fellow YouTubers.
I saw my friend Jenny.
Molly saw somebody. Actually, ended up being a great time, and then we saw them on the way out. So whenever you're doubting going to that event, just go. Just go. Now we're gonna go try to head to Hillstone. Wait, hold on a second. Jesse Wolf.
Email him.
So something very beautiful that's happening right now is called a wet down in filmmaking. And in most of the movies you watch, when it's nighttime or evening or morning, the crew will wet down the sidewalk because it creates very nice reflections. A very adorable golden retriever. So we have a natural wet down right now, which allows for these really nice reflections. So if you're ever trying to make your street scene look better, ask for a wet down. It does cost money and time. And it helps if you have a pretty girlfriend. What do you think? All right, we are at the Hillstone restaurant. A hot date. Alright, if you come to the Hillstone restaurant, any of the Hillstone restaurants in the country, you must get the chicken sandwich. Fun hack we just learned. While it is part of the lunch menu, you can in fact order the chicken sandwich as a dinner meal.